Hey, there you are. My name is Jason with My Dude Watch, and man, do I have a banger of a watch for you. Who makes the best affordable watch? San Martin has its fair share of believers. For just a moment, let's take out the fact that San Martin's designs are mostly not original. Let's simply look at build quality. Why? Because there are watch reviewers that you know who think this is the best watch under $250. So I ordered this watch so we can find out together if he's right. So here you're looking at a San Martin SN 007. This is a homage watch of the 62 MAS. Is it loaded? How's the finishing? Did they take any shortcuts on this watch at all? Let's find out. But before we do, let's take a quick wrist check. This is an Islander ISL 79 solid watch. It's got a beautiful dial. Okay, let's get it. Here's the tale of the tape. This is a sharp looking watch. The diameter is measured at 39 millimeters right across the top. The watch thickness, 13 millimeters, and it has 20 millimeter lug width, along with a 50 millimeter lug to lug. And she weighs in at 168 grams. She carries with her an NH35 automatic movement. Hovering above the dial is a sapphire crystal with AR scratch resistant coating, and her case, bracelet, crown, and bezel are all 316L stainless steel. So on paper, her specs tell us this is an outstanding watch, but how do we really know? By doing a comprehensive review. And as always, let's start with the case. So looking at the case, the first thing you will notice is the excellent finishing. Now, this is what San Martin takes pride in, and it's certainly what they're known for. Her flanks are polished nicely. Here you can see her profile. This polish will certainly collect a lot of fingerprints, though. I do like how this polish will provide you with some excellent light reflection. Looking at the top of the case, you'll see exceptional brushwork as well. And look at that circular brushing. Nice detail work on the top of the lugs also. This case feels incredibly solid also. Looking up her side, you will see where the bezel meets the case. There's also a high polish ring just under the bezel, which is really classy. This will also bring you just enough light to give you that light reflection. Let's flip the case over and take a look at the back. The screw down back is as sterile as it can be, like literally there's nothing there. Okay, we're going to flip this watch over again and look at the crown. It is a signed logo on the crown. It's a 6.5 millimeter operationally solid crown. It feels sturdy. Now there's no crown guards, but it's okay. It's not a weak crown at all. Okay, let's move up to the top of the watch and look at the bezel. The bezel has a coin edge grip and is slightly wider than the case itself. So she has a ceramic bezel insert. Now just looking at the bezel, you know it's solid and well put together. Okay, let's take it for a test drive. All right, the bezel feels great. It is a 120 click unidirectional bezel, and just listen to this thing clicking along. It feels great, has just the right amount of tension, and there's absolutely no backplay at all. When the bezel stops rotating, it's not moving, not even a little. It has a loomed pip as well. I will say the bezel is every bit as good as the Erebus Origin and the Spinnaker Hole Diver. Very impressive. And next, the bracelet. Now, San Martin comes fitted with a bracelet, which is typical for them. It's sturdy, heavy, has outstanding brushing that matches the case as well. It also has a thick milled steel clasp, and it's armed with plenty of micro adjustments. The oyster style bracelet is entirely brushed except for the sides, which have some polish. The bracelet feels heavy, well built, and solid. The clasp has the San Martin logo etched prominently. Also, let me point out the attention to detail on the workmanship is pretty incredible. The way they were able to match the brushing on the bracelet to the case, amazing. And the last thing that I want to mention about the bracelet is it comes with solid links and solid end links. Okay, let's talk about the Loom. And I'll make this easy. The Loom is pretty great. I had the watch on my nightstand and the Loom was bright and easily readable through the entire night. This is the gold standard for Loom. And now let's talk about the all-important dial. The most important thing about a dial is legibility. Oftentimes we're driving or otherwise preoccupied, and the dial's important so we can just take a quick glance to find out the time. The bluish dial is done well. There's no chapter rings sloping down from the bezel to the dial. This provides more real estate, and San Martin utilizes every bit of it. There are white minute markers on the outer circumference of the dial, and again, legible. The indices are perfectly applied. They're even and easy to read. They are filled with loom and bordered with silver gray. And here you will see a framed date window at the 3 o'clock with the San Martin logo just under the 12 o'clock position. And just above the 6 o'clock position, there's white text that simply states automatic and the water resistance of 660 feet. The hands on this watch are as basic as they can be. The second hand is silver with a loom box at the end, and both the hour hand and minute hand are filled with loom. Now, let's be clear, this is a great example of less is more. This is exactly what this watch needs in order to round out its design. I believe any kind of change or more aesthetically pleasing set of hands would have the opposite effect and really take away from the overall brilliance of this watch. Remember, the beauty of this timepiece is in part based on its simplicity. I believe the only thing I would have considered changing would have been the second hand. In my mind, a red second hand gliding around the dial would have been something special. Okay, here we are, that part of the video where we try to put it all together and make sense of it all. So what do we call this section? We call it gripes and likes, and we're going to start with the gripes. And number one, there are some areas of this watch that need a little bit more attention. If you flip the watch over and look at the back, it's completely blank. And number two, the tips of the lugs. It's not that they're sharp, but they could be a little more rounded. And if you're going for perfection, how do you overlook this spot? And now the likes. Number one, the case finish. The case finish is on a whole new level compared to anybody else in this price range. And number two, the loom. Are you paying attention, Pagani? And number three, the bezel. Simply incredible. And number four, their commitment to have a quality product. Did they succeed this time? Absolutely. So the question is, do we recommend this watch? Hey, you're still here. You made it to the end of another video. If you liked what you saw today, please subscribe and share this video with others that you think would enjoy it. So if you have any questions about this San Martin or any of the other 200 watches that we have on our website, just go to www.mydudewatch.com. And my name is Jason with My Dude Watch, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and don't forget, dudes can't be late.